hold and breathe out. Okay, so we have to take 3 long deep breaths in and then hold and then breathe out. Okay, so you can just hear my this breathing, and accordingly you can follow that. Correct? Hold.
Surat Al Bani Kalsan Dihon Kalbani Wana.
Hold. Hold and breathe out. So basically what we are doing here is like we are trying to, control our whole body system through this breathing workout. Okay. And later on, what we are trying to do now is we will do a Bhastrika kind of pranayam. Okay. So I will tell you the steps first. Okay. And then you can follow that. And we have to do it 20 times. Okay. 20 times in repetition. Okay. So we have to keep our hands like this closer to our body. Okay. And there's elbows touching our body. Okay. And then we have to inhale while going up. Okay. Inhale. And then while going down, you have to exhale. So with the count, we have to do it 20 times. Okay. So when I will say inhale, then like this, out, one. That is one repetition. Okay. So we have to do it 20 times. Okay. Let's start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So how's the Josh now? How's the feel?
Very good. Very good.
How's the feel?
Very good.
How's the feel of this workout? So this is Bhastrika Pranayam. Okay. So Bhastrika Pranayam is nothing but a pranayam which is trying to, clean up your whole this system. Okay. So breathing system is trying to clean forcefully. Okay. So at the same time, you can correlate the same thing with your running also. Okay. So sometimes when you are in a rhythm, okay, when you are running, okay, at a constant pace. So what is happening? Your breathing is also, modulating in the same manner. Okay. So at the same time, what is connected with your breathing is your HR. Okay. So HR is also, uh, HR is also varying. Okay, with it is associated with your this breathing. Okay, so this is our area of concern here. See, the thing is that what is happening here, like we cannot measure breathing. Okay, we cannot measure what is happening with our body, but obviously what we can measure is our heart rate. Okay, so, like in general, there are two cases. Like, for example, if someone is running a 3 hours marathon, okay, and other person is also running a 3 hours marathon. So, what is happening there? Like, how can we define like a person who is one person is better than other? Okay, so this is the question. So this can be defined in a different manner in the sense like, when we talk about a pace, okay, pace, and at the same time, when we talk about the heart rate, okay, so the person who is able to control his heart rate in a much better manner, so he can be regarded as a better runner, okay. In terms of like, this can also be termed as a like economics in running, okay. So economics, matlab, if the person is economically running, then he has to run the same distance in same time with a lower heart rate. Okay. So this is how we can also take up this running. Okay. So what are the benefits of this running? So this is a basic question. Okay, so because we have seen ample examples like wherein people have fallen down and they have succumbed to the running and they have got heart attacks and all. Correct. So what is the reason behind that? Because thing is that the person is able to run a full marathon, but he's fit enough to run the full marathon, but he may not be healthy enough to run the full marathon. Okay. So this is the idea behind this discussion. Okay. So like how to actually understand whether the person is able to, run that marathon with two dimensions, like two understanding. First is fitness dimension, that is his timing, and second is health aspect. Okay. So like usually we also come across several scenarios wherein, if a person is running a full marathon and post a full marathon, like what is happening, he is falling sick. Okay. Due to cough, cold, and this kind of, simple kind of diseases, or we can say this problems. Okay. So why it is happening? Because the person is yeah, difference between fit and healthy we will discuss in the question answer session again. So I will just explore this aspect now again. Okay. Okay, so the thing is that what we are discussing is like there is a difference between being fit and being healthy. So the person can run that distance, that he's fit enough to run, but the thing is that if he is falling sick due to that run, it means that he is not healthy to run. Correct. So what is happening with, you may have seen like if you have run a 42-kilometer full marathon. So what is happening post the run, like your immunity level goes down. Okay. And due to when the immunity level goes down, then what happens? Even a simple kind of virus can attack you. Okay. So there are millions of virus which is already across in the environment and which we are inhaling throughout. Okay. But those viruses are not affecting because our immune system is strong enough to tackle them, right? But what happens in the case of a marathoner? So because of the full marathon running, his immunity level goes down. Okay. So because he is completely exhausted. Correct. So that means what? Like he is fit enough to run, but he is not healthy to run. Okay. So ideally what is happening, like running should make him fit as well as healthy, right? So this is what is not happening. Okay. So I think I clarified this doubt, Vedika, right?
Yeah.
So you can write here in the
So
chat
you mean
box.
to say that fit and healthy are two different aspects altogether?
Yeah. So this is the difference between being fit and being healthy. So ideally, in my terms, there are two kind of sin which I mentioned. That is, first is your S stands for, this uh, uh, first is your disease, like what is like
Conditions.
yeah. So first is injury. Okay. So being a athlete, you should not get injured. Okay. So this is one thing, and your immunity should not go down. This is another thing. So which means what? Like if your immunity is strong, then you will not fall sick. Correct. And at the same time, if you're running correctly, then you won't get injured. Okay. So ideally, these are the ideal things which should happen. So for example, I have not fallen sick since last so many years. I cannot recollect when I had fallen sick also. Okay. And similarly, I have not got injured due to any of the runs. Okay. I may have fallen down and I have got injured. So that is a different kind of scenario. But then also like I got recovered because before this Comrade Marathon also, like I met with an accident, fatal accident, car accident, and there was a, I got injured very badly below the knees. Okay. So there was a big bump. Okay. And then next day there was a marathon. There was a Comrade Marathon. So I could finish that within 10 hours. So this is how it is, how it works. Because see, the thing is that if your system is working correctly.
Did you mean to say, Praveen, you mean to say you have used that 180 formula?
Yeah.
Because you said that when you are injured, you have to automatically change your heart rate pattern as per the math. If you can come to the point of 180 formula, So
Yeah.
you know how people have to come to that particular you know number. So what is the
Correct.
right heart rate
I
to be
will discuss
maintained?
about 180 formula, but point here, what I wanted to discuss is the recovery rate becomes fast if you are a HR based runner. Okay. So let's start with the discussion on HR based running. Okay. So here, when we talk about the HR based running, that is MAP method, which I follow since last 6 years. Okay. So when we talk about the HR based running, then we delete every aspect of running. Okay. For example, we do not think of distance. We do not think of timing. We only focus on HR, that is heart rate. Okay. So the way, then what happens? The HR becomes the driver of your run, correct? And running becomes a vehicle. Okay. So the way HR is acting or reacting, accordingly, you have to run, correct? This is how it happens.
Yep.
So when we talk about this HR based running, obviously when I had discussed like HR becomes the driver. So in order to keep the driver, under control, you have to take various measures. Okay. And you have to keep him cool, calm, and confident. Okay. So these are the things which we have to take care. Then only you can run better. Okay. So this is how it is. So in order to now the biggest question here is how to measure that. Like what is the HR wherein you have to run? Okay. So this is a basic question. So there are various philosophies, but the thing is that when we talk about the Maffetone method, that is the accurate one. Because that is a formula which we call it 180 formula. Okay. So why it is accurate? Because when I clinically examined the same thing, I had done this VO2 max testing, and therein, there they will give you the HR range where you have to run aerobically. Okay. So Maffetone method talks about running in that HR range. Okay. Whatever is prescribed as per the 180 formula, you have to run under that range only. Okay. So hope everybody is getting this point. Any questions related to it?
Be
Sandeep,
interactive, be interactive,
Tony
and
sir?
in case if any questions, please raise hands and just so that
Yeah,
otherwise Praveen Kumar will be bored going on
yeah,
his own. Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, so when we talk
This
about this
HR rate, is it
HR based running,
average?
yeah. Sorry.
Is it average HR or within that HR?
No, it is a 180 formula. So
Mhm.
180 formula is giving you a HR range, correct?
Yeah,
180
yeah.
minus, for example, your age is 40. So then your range becomes 140. Okay.
Okay.
So 140, and then you have to calculate. There are several other guidelines. Like for
Mhm.
example, if you have not fallen sick, means you are already fit and healthy. Okay. So you can add plus 5. Okay. So similarly, the range becomes 145. But if you are fallen sick during last 6 months and all, then you have to reduce it. Okay. So this is how it works. Okay. So this formula has to be followed religiously and
Yeah,
honestly.
my question is the HR means, is it average HR or steady HR?
See what happens in this Garmin. What is happening here? This HR fluctuates. Okay, so as soon as this 140 is touching to the threshold in this Garmin, then you have to come down. Okay, you have to reduce your pace. Okay.
Yeah. So you have a range within that which you have to maintain.
Yeah, correct.
That's
So
more.
what
It's not that
happens?
precise one particular point.
Yeah. So average, no, it is not average HR. It is actually the threshold. We should not cross 140. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, maximum HR should not cross 140. So
Okay.
this is how it is. So then now when we talk about this HR based Maffetone method running, then what is happening? Like we are trying to, keep the HR down. So in order to keep the HR down, what happens when we try to do that? Our fat burning starts. Okay. So we start burning more fat. Okay.
Instead of sugar.
Because we know that the fat burns in the presence of oxygen, right? And little amount of carbs. Okay. So what happens, like in order to when we start obviously when we try to maintain that HR range, then we have to run very slow or moderate level. Okay. So when we run moderate, it means what? The oxygen is going more and more inside the body, inside the system. And then when the oxygen presence is more, then what will happen? Our fat will start burning. Okay. So we will become a fat burning engine. Okay. So also we know that we have got two kind of fuels in our system. That is, one is carbs and second one is fat, right?
Yeah.
So what is the ideal condition? What should happen with our body in general when we run? So ideally we should burn more of the fat, right? Isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Because fat is an ample amount. Okay. So even a thinnest person can run, walk at least 100 miles. Okay. Just on the basis of the fat reserve which is available with us, him. Correct. So this is a standard thing. Okay. So ideally, what should happen? Like if we are able to burn our fat more, then our carbs are, we can preserve our carbs. Okay, and that same precious carbs. Please
Yeah,
mute yourselves.
Yeah, yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah. So the same precious carbs can be used later on during the race. Okay. So when the fat burning engine, is activated, so we depend more on the fats and less on the carbs. Okay. So then what happens during a long race, like for 100 kilometers and all? So you cannot preserve carbs for a longer period of time. So obviously the fat has to play a greater role. Okay, isn't it? Hope you are getting this point.
Yeah.
So obviously, so what is happening here, like fat is going to play a greater role. So for example, if you're running a Comrades Marathon, 89 kilometers, then obviously like fat is going to play a major role. And because you cannot consume and you cannot rely on carbs because that is a limited amount. Okay. And that carbs, once you have taken some carbs and if you have not carbo loaded again, then what will happen? You can retain it only for 3 hours, not more than 3 hours. Okay. So obviously, like this is a beneficial. This is a kind of win-win situation because we are trying to, engage more of the fat. Okay, as a fuel. Okay. And when the fat becomes fuel, you are able to burn more of the fat and you become thinner. Okay, it's automatic. Okay. But the thing is that, see, one example I would like to share here, like what happens, usually people share the transformation pic. Okay, like for example, if someone is here at 100 kgs and then that person has become now 80 kgs. Okay, after running number of years. Okay, but after post 80 kgs, he is not, he is not going down. मतलब उसका weight कम नहीं होता, 70 पे नहीं आता है. Okay, so ये जो 100 से 80 आया, ये कोई magic नहीं हुआ. This is not a magic because he has started burning more of his fat, but his fat burning engine has not developed. Okay, maybe it is not developed to reduce the weight further to 70, 80 to 70 and all that. Correct. In between, what is happening, like, if he is carb dependent, then what will happen? Like if he is carb dependent, obviously, like when he is focused on carbs, then what will happen? Like the fat will remain there as it is. So just think about this scenario wherein, like, we go for a carbo loading pre-race, right? So what happens, like when you run and even during normal practice run or for a race, then what happens? Your body starts burning more of the carbs because carbs is the primary source and the fast source of energy, correct? So your body starts burning more of the carbs and the fat remain as it is. Okay. So yeah, later on when you feel like, like there is a lack of energy, then again you put some carbs. Okay. So what happens? Again, the same carbs burn and fat remain as it is, as a deposit, right? So ideally, what should happen? Like your body should sustain for a longer period of time without carbs, so that you are able to burn fat and you can rely on fat. So what are the benefits of this aerobic conditioning? First is obviously your immunity will be better. Okay. So because the thing is that we discuss many a times about, this pranayams and all that. And we claim that, this enhances our, immunity. So how does it work? Because that is also kind of aerobic conditioning. okay, wherein it plays a major role in enhancing our immunity. So when you run within that HR range, so obviously you have to run slow, you have to engage more of the oxygen, you have to burn more of the fat, and at the same time, like your immunity will go up, correct? So second point is what I discussed is immunity. That is making you disease free, right? And second thing is obviously like even when we talk about the immunity, then what happened during the COVID time also, like the people who have actually died are obviously poor to are having a poor immunity, right? Because as per a study, what we had understood, like all those people who have overall means all across died were either obese or were having some kind of disease. Okay,
We call it as a comorbid conditions, like, from
comorbid
hypertension
condition. So
to
this is how it
diabetes or
happened.
any such
Yeah.
conditions.
So, but the thing is that one doctor was there. Okay. Yeah. One video was very viral, and he claimed that he was injected with coronavirus. Okay. Okay. So what he deduced, like person who are obese are very prone, okay, to get succumb to this coronavirus. But the person who got injected with the coronavirus, this thing, तो उसको कुछ भी नहीं हुआ. And only thing is that after few days, like few symptoms were there, and later on he got recovered also. So this is the impact of immunity. Okay. So obviously now the basic question will be like like how to keep this HR in control, okay, and how important this control is, okay. So how to keep this HR in control? So obviously our body is a unified system. This is not a system which is means it is not a hand, it is not a body, it is not a head, it is not a trunk or legs. Okay, it is a unified system.
It's a
So
holistic.
while running, when we run and when we take it as a unified system, then ideally the posture or the form which we are trying to take, okay, or which the gait which we are trying to adopt should be such that it should keep the HR lower. Okay, okay. So this is the point. So this is how the form can be defined. Okay, this is how the form can be. So there cannot be any ideal form. So we cannot say like if we are running like this, then it is an ideal form. So how just in order to elaborate more about it, I will share you one experience of mine. Okay, wherein uh, I was running Vasai Virar marathon. Okay, half marathon. Okay, and one person who was disabled, okay, who was having only one hand, okay, and he was running so smooth and so fast. So I was I got impressed very much. Okay, so just think about it. Like if a person is having both the hands, then we can define a form. Like this is an ideal form, this is a correct form, this is an incorrect form, and all that. But if a person is not having a hand and he is also running better, so what is, can we define any kind of form as such? I don't think so. So what is happening? The form is unique. Okay. So for example, if you're running like this, if you're running like this, then this can also be a good form, but this can also be a good form. Okay. So, how to identify what is the best one should be governed by your HR. Okay. So ideally, if the HR is going up, it means your form is wrong, right? So you need to alter your form, and accordingly you have to change that. And whatever is the best one will give you the right kind of lowered HR.
You mean
So
it's more of a
again,
posture? You're maintaining the right posture while running. It's very, very important. Maybe till
yeah.
the fag end of your run.
So
That matters a lot.
form is actually unique to everyone. So ideally you have to figure out what is the ideal thing which will keep your HR down. So this is how HR is important, because this is giving you an indication whether your form is right or wrong. So for example, I'll just explain one more idea about it. So like, for example, if you're running and you come across a hill, correct? So what happens? in order to keep your body automatically starts bending from here, right? So why it is bending? Because body starts adjusting itself, right? In order to keep the HR down, in order to keep the pace up, right? So why does it work like that? Because this is a system. This is a complete system. This is how it works. Because in order to keep itself protected and at the same time efficient. Okay. So this is if you're taking a correct kind of form while keeping the HR down, then what happens? Like your injury rate will be 0, right? Isn't it?
Yep.
Because when we talked about the body as a complete system, then what we discussed, like it is not a hand, it is not giving you form. Okay, it is a complete system which is trying to keep your HR down. Okay, so similarly, when we talk about breathing during running, okay, so that is also playing a major role. Okay, so how to breathe. Okay, so again the same thing, like the breathing which will help you to keep the HR down is the perfect breathing, right? So obviously, if we discuss about the breathing, then it will again move into a different direction. But just to let you know, like nose, this nose is only meant for breathing. So ideally, we should engage this nose more, and in order to breathe better. Okay, this is how it is. So how to do that? That is a different kind of question which we can discuss separately. Otherwise, deviate ho jayega. So
Praveen, before
yeah.
before we go ahead, I have, as you know, we have just promoted something called everyone is into yoga nowadays. Okay, so we also thought of getting into something which is therapeutic yoga. Therapeutic means because when imagine Baba Ramdev is doing a yoga and everybody has to follow. Most of the people cannot do exactly what Baba Ramdev is doing. That means they are not able to achieve the movement and synchronizing the breathing. Is it not? So we have wanted to understand, what is that particularly Indian yoga systems available. So we have, when I was doing a lot of research on this, we have realized that there is something called Marma Yoga, which is basically a Lord Shiva taking this to Parashurama and Parashurama to Agastya Muni, and it has gone into India. Throughout India, we have now something called Kalaripattu or martial art. Okay, we have Marma Yogi with us today. I just wanted to understand, when you talked about breathing, how with just breathing and prana urja, we can enhance the running, like Marma stimulation and Marma Yoga also. So let's work, how it can work was, how this Marma Yoga stimulation of secret points in the body can improve your blood circulation. I'll just take 2 minutes of yours and I'll just introduce Mr. Deepak Watts. He has a legacy of Marma Yoga because his grandfather, now it has come to him and he's a part of us, and I could see him and I felt he has some points to talk about how Marma Yoga can influence or improve the conditions of marathoners. Mr. Deepak, please take over and put some your point of view with all our marathoners. Yeah, how your Marma Yoga is different to a yoga practice which is happening at this moment.
Okay, thank you so much. Namaskar to all of you. Am I audible?
Yeah, perfect.
Good to see you again, Praveen ji.
Yeah, nice.
It's an honor to have you. When we talk about yoga, first is all the yoga asana, they are all inspired from nature, means plants, animals. Otherwise, only 3 asana are meant for human body. First one is Garbhasana, the one we do in our mother's womb. Garbhasana. Second is Sukhasana, the way we have our meal or meditate. And the third one is Shavasana.
Wonderful, nice.
There are only 3 asana meant for human body.
Right.
Okay. Otherwise, Tadasana means something which is inspired from tree. Mayurasana means inspired from, peacock. Okay. Why do we have to use these, asana or exercises from the nature? The only reason is what we are doing is we are stimulating the inner pharmacy of human body. There is an external pharmacy and there is an inner pharmacy. Okay. By doing these asana, our purpose is to stimulate those marma points. Marma is a Sanskrit word that means essence, juice, extract. Okay, marma is juice. That means कि हमारी human body का जो essence है, marma means essence of everything. So marma points are anatomically verified, and doctors who perform surgery, they consider these points while performing the surgery. And also it is a part of martial art. When we say there are weak points of human body, they are not weak points. They are sensible and responsible points. Okay. And when you stimulate those points, what you are doing is you are pushing your inner pharmacy to release the secretion of hormones. और ये काम किस पे करता है? It works on life force. Life force means प्राण ऊर्जा. हिंदी में उसको प्राण ऊर्जा बोलते हैं. Why? We are in Hindi, who we are human being, as a, just we if you use the English word, but in Hindi we are prani. Or what we inhale is pran vayu. Why? Because pran vayu has the prana tattva, prana urja, that is universal. Okay, उसी से photosynthesis होता है plants में. Because biologically we are living organisms on the planet of Earth. Okay, we are living organisms. तो उसी से animals breathe in करते हैं, उसी से हम करते हैं, right?
And we have billions of organisms within us, which are good or bad, whatever.
Exactly. So with the help of marma, what we do, we work on inner pharmacy of human body. That means we can secrete or produce the required chemical hormones in our human body. और इससे होगा क्या? When we work on pran urja, we forget about the protein, vitamin and carbs. Yes, technically we need carbs, protein, vitamins, but these are different components. But we are more than that. For example, you cannot rely on food, your meal. Why? Because that is a solid form of energy which is coming from the earth. But when you talk about energy, you can have this from the liquid, from the air also. Why? Because you cannot create or destroy energy, but you can transform from one place to another, one form to another. Okay?
Yeah, just wanted to interrupt and add something. Okay. So what he talked is a very sensible thing. Okay, there are only three kind of, this asanas which he mentioned, and rest are acrobatics, what I understand. Okay. So other than that, what he mentioned is like, when we talk about this carbs, protein and fat and all that, these are just names. Okay. Otherwise, there are the people in the world who can just rely on sun. Okay.
Yes.
Sun rays. Okay, so that is called, our body is basically a solar system. Okay.
Yes.
So this is in principle like our body can rely only on sun rays. Okay, and that can sustain for a longer period of time. Means and not only longer period of time, it can be for a lifetime also. Like there is a guy called Prahlad in Gujarat who recently died at the age of 77 or 78 somewhere. Okay, and he was a breatharian. What we call is a breatharian. Okay. So he was just focused only on sun rays and some amount of breathing. Okay.
Moisture from the atmosphere. Right.
Yeah. So, right.
Exactly. This is nothing new to our country. Okay. We are living legends.
The only thing is, today, I think we all have forgotten what is a human food. Okay. Now we gave a name like protein, vitamins and other things. But if you look into our day-to-day, if you look into our human the food, what is meant for human beings, so many things will have to be discarded from our day-to-day diet. Okay.
Yeah. Exactly.
What do you say, Deepak? We always say that, kanda, mula, phala, pushpa, toya. These are the human foods. The rest, anything what we eat is because we find protein in that, we find some other element in that. But if you start looking into that, you can even see a human being tomorrow. We can eat human beings because we believe that you have a lot of proteins in them.
Yeah. Right. I can give you an example to all of you. And please, I request all of you to switch on your camera. Let's make it more interactive and more healthy for all of us. See, what we are made up of 5 elements. Basic 5 elements of human body: air, water, fire, space, earth. Space is not an element, by the way. Space means which is empty. Okay? That is why we are recommended to go for the fasting. Second, air means we breathe. Water means water content. You can have the moisture from the air. What is the meaning of fire? Fire means solar energy. You're taking from the sun. Your energy in the abdomen. That means you are consuming energy in different forms: air, water, fire, space, earth. What is the meaning of earth here? That means whatever you are consuming or feeding yourself, it has to be come from the earth. अब earth से क्या आता है? Vegetables, fruits, eggs, chicken, non-vegetarian food, that doesn't come from the earth. That means if you go to the fundamental basics human body, non-vegetarian food that doesn't come from the earth. So आपका basics फंडा तो वहीं पे गलत हो गया. Otherwise that is a dead food. अगर आपको एनिमल खाना है तो उसको जिंदा खाओ. I'm just joking, but the fact is, yes, that's true. Animals अगर खाते हैं तो किसी को, they don't cook, they eat it, right?
Eat it directly, right?
Eat it directly. Why? Because our food is full of energy, bioenzymes we say. So whatever you're eating, it must be full of
dead food. It should not be a dead food.
Dead food. For example, you can have a chapati, for example, sabzi, rice, vegetable, but you cannot have pav. Pav bhaji ka pav, bread. That is a dead food. Okay, what you are doing? You are not giving yourself energy. You are giving yourself just waste. Total waste.
Yeah. So Deepak, what we can do, like we can start this again in the food section. We will take it up later on again.
Okay, sure.
I just wanted to change, switch the mood so that you can come back live again. Go ahead, Praveen.
You can come back live, and accordingly, Mr. Johnny will also be there, sharing his experience of Maffetone method. Okay. So let's discuss about the breathing, which is discussed. Deepak has discussed. Thanks a lot, Deepak. And so now the thing is that we will just focus in terms of running, okay, breathing part. Okay, so what happens when we wake up early in the morning? So we take a shallow kind of breathe, correct? So as we move forward, then our breathing, is engagement is a little bit different, okay? And for example, if we come across a hill, then our breathing becomes a little harder, okay? And similarly, when we go down, then again, we are relatively at ease. Then we can breathe a little more oxygen, and we feel that at ease, right? So this is how our breathing pattern changes, right, during the course of the running. Okay, so this breathing pattern will also help you to keep your HR down. So this is what we ideally should focus, okay, during the run. Like what point of time, what kind of breathing which we should actually engage, okay? So this is how it will actually enhance your running, okay? And enhance first your HR and then your running. So this is the idea, okay? So breathing plays a major role, what we discussed now. So, and we discussed, and actually see, the idea is breathing is such an impactful thing. Like we fail to understand usually, and we keep focusing on our steps, our like distance and our pace and all that, correct? But if we focus more on this breathing, then obviously our running is going to get a greater height, better height, right? So then later on, what we are discussing is breathing, which we have discussed. Food we will take it up later on. Okay, so how the food is also playing a major role. Okay, so let's discuss more about this Maffetone method. Initially we talked about this Maffetone method, which wherein we have to run within that HR range, correct? And then accordingly, there is a, there are 6 pillars of, this Maffetone method. So first is your aerobic conditioning. Okay. So wherein you have to follow that HR range. So heart rate, then we have also to think about the stress. Okay. Stress is one of the important pillars of your running. Okay. So how stress is going to, fluctuate your HR. That is also an important aspect to be discussed, right? So running, as we know, is an impactful workout. It is also a stressful workout, right? So stressful workout, and at the same time, if you are taking means if you're adding some more stress, like stress can be of any type, like food stress, then it can be a professional stress, then it can be your emotional stress, then it can be like if you are having more water than what is needed, then it is also adding a stress. So if you are adding two kind of stress, what is going to happen? Like your HR is going to fluctuate, right? So yeah, the HR is going to elevate. Okay. So in order to understand, so like what kind of what kind of factors are affecting HR, then you have to take a control of your stress level also, right? So this is how it is important, because this is HR being a driver is also trying to control your stress if you are a HR based runner, right? So so what are the win-win? What are the benefits of the Maffetone method, which we discussed? First is like obviously you will run injury-free, because your whole body in a coordinated manner will work for running. So it is not hands, it is not head, it is not legs, it is complete effort. Okay, by complete body.
And training will be
And
much smoother.
yeah, it will be much smoother, obviously, because of these things which you are trying to control, like your breathing is controlled, your form is controlled, your food is controlled, your whole system is controlled. Okay, so if the whole system is controlled, then obviously your brain will work also better. Okay, because brain works in the presence of oxygen. So more oxygen you are taking, the more the brain will be relaxed. Okay, and it can work well, right?
Yeah.
So injury-free running, and then see the another benefit of this Maffetone method is like you can run more often, because basically you are running slow. Okay, so there is a concept called training is equal to rest plus recovery, right? Recovery plus training, right? So when we talk about this rest, so rest and recovery part, so that will actually drastically, it can be minimized with this HR based running. Okay, because you are trying to keep your HR at low. Okay, so your body is more or less rested. Okay, so if it is rested, then even if you are doing a 5 kilometer or 10 kilometer of run for say today, then again you can repeat the same number of kilometers tomorrow. So since last n number of years, I can say like I have not rested any day, rested in the terms of like without running. So every day I have ran almost. So this is how it is, because the body is completely at rest even during the runs, correct? So this is how it works. So now we will talk about the term what is called as rest in motion. Okay, running I defined as a rest in motion term. Rest in motion. Okay. So for example, if you are running, very hard, and if you are running 42 kilometers, and like for example, if you take a pause, okay, brief pause, like for a few seconds, okay, and your heart rate is already elevated, your breathing is already hard, and if you take a brief pause, so how do you feel? Don't you feel like it is a resting kind of condition, right? Isn't it? So, but the thing is that even though means your body is in action, like with a lower pace, but you feel it is in resting condition. Okay. So, for example, if you can just think in this manner, like if your breathing is controlled, your HR is controlled, and your physical condition is controlled, then what will happen? Your body will smoothly glide, isn't it? Smoothly flow. Okay. So that means what? So that means your body is comparatively in a rested condition. So now coming back to this point, rest. So how do we define rest? Rest is a condition wherein physically your body is lying at a place, and like your HR is down. So this is the same thing which is happening while running also. Okay, isn't it? So your breathing is also, controlled. Your HR is down. Your physical condition is relatively, at ease, isn't it? So this is how, if the same thing is applied during running also, then what will happen? Like, you will feel rested and while running, isn't it? So this is the reason, like when we call running at rest as a rest in motion, then we then we think that running is just a flow, okay, and running is not an action actually. So basically, it is just a flow, and this is flowing through you, right?
You mean that's why you say yourself a crazy monk running, no?
Right.
So you should be like a monk,
So
like a Buddha running, without
right.
damaging any of your organs, and
Yeah.
making
Right.
sure every organ is kept alive by giving a lot of oxygen required.
Right.
Because usually the running becomes a lot of stress to the body. If that
Right.
can be avoided, and as you said, if it can be very smooth, then you're not abusing your body.
Right.
Otherwise, definitely it is an abusing to body, according to
Yeah,
me.
obviously. So we discussed about this part. Then now we will discuss about the recovery. Okay, recovery means what? Recovery means if your body is not in rest, so obviously it needs recovery. Okay, so when you are running a full marathon, and obviously this is a lot of wear and tear, like 42 kilometers, during 42 kilometers, a lot of wear and tear, then it requires recovery. But if you are running the same marathon at a lower heart rate, and with lower wear and tear, so it can recover much faster. Okay, right. So this is how this is wherein Maffetone method comes into picture, wherein you avoid unnecessary wear and tear. Okay, and at the same time there are various kind of recovery methods which we can adopt. Obviously, meditation is one of the aspect. Okay, and when then we can talk about the cross training. For example, if you're running, then obviously the cross training won't harm you. Okay, and that will actually help you to recover better. Like for example, if you have run 42 kilometers, and next day or day after tomorrow, if you are doing a kind of cycling, so what will happen? The muscles which were engaged earlier, and during the cycling, those two muscles will be different. Okay, and then you can recover at the same time. You can cross train, right? So this is how it works. So similarly, swimming is also as a cross training. It can be exercised and recovered. It can be taken as a recovery. So similarly, there are several, latest technologies which can also be used, like life sorts float technology, right?
Yeah.
So in float, what happens? Like you have to lie down on a bed of water, okay, and you just go into a deep kind of meditation wherein you lose a sense of your body and all, correct? So
It's basically,
obviously,
I can give a small brief about how a float works, as you have experienced yourself. When you come there, you come for 30 minutes or 60 minutes, and I'm sure you usually
yeah,
go, you hit the time, you wouldn't
yeah,
know even, how you're past 90 minutes. Usually,
right,
you come and sleep on the water, which is full of magnesium salt. Okay, magnesium salt is basically goes into your body. It works as an anti-inflammatory. If it enters through your body, because if you cannot consume it through a tablet or a capsule, because it is it directly leads to kind of a diarrhea. But if you are sleeping on the Dead Sea water, Dead Sea, it's exactly a Dead Sea, right? It's a magnesium salt. The magnesium salts enters your body and improves your inflammatory conditions in the body, because you float on the water, it's a great relaxation, it's a sensory deprivation. And anybody or anybody will come and sleep on the water, will only float. Within maybe around 7 minutes, you will be totally disconnected from this world. And that's a kind of a recovery happens on a float therapy. Yeah, yeah. Go ahead. You have experienced yourself.
yeah. So the thing is that basically when we talk about this recovery, then obviously, your body should be kept at ease, complete ease. Okay, so this is how the body recovers at the most. Okay, so how does it work? Like if you are going out of your body, so that is the best thing to happen with you. So I have experienced this a couple of times. Okay, so when you go out of your body, then your subconscious mind, your system, everything is out of your system, right? Isn't it? So
Yeah.
your body is completely, gone, and then it is completely at rest without any disturbance, neurological disturbances and all. Correct?
And that's the only place where you can rest your heart very much.
Right. So
Because I think you came to my center, I remember, with the heart rate of maybe 95 plus, and we have seen that heart rate has fallen down to around 40s.
40, yeah, right.
That's a great
So
recovery for your heart.
correct. So this is the reason, like when we talk about this HR based running, so this plays a major role, because this is all the game of an HR only. Okay, and when when we are able to lower our HR, that is what is meditation actually. Okay, so let's discuss about the meditation, sleep, and running also. Okay, herein. Okay, so what happens when we are running? So what is happening? Like, you know, your HR is elevated, your breathing is hard. Okay, and when you pause a bit, okay, and then you start walking, then your HR goes down. Okay, and then your breathing is also little bit controlled. Okay, and then you lie down. Again, what is happening? Like your HR is further going down. Okay, and your breathing is, you are able to breathe smoothly. Okay, and when you meditate, then what happens? Your HR is relatively much more real. Miss down. No, but before that, we have a sleep. Okay. So in sleep, what happens? Like, you know, again, the HR is going down, resting heart rate goes down. Okay. And your breathing becomes again very, minimal. But when you enter into deep meditation, so that is the best thing for recovery, isn't it? Because your HR is at the lowest possible range, okay, and your breathing is also at the lowest possible requirement, right? So your body is recovering better. So what is happening? I ideally see this is also a rest in motion only, because here what is happening from meditation to running, okay. So what are the parameters which are changing? Only the HR, okay. So if your HR is changing, then it becomes from rest to motion, right? So nothing is varying. So if the same thing can be applied during running also, okay. So if you are able to take a control of your HR, then you can actually, uh, experience a different kind of running, right? So now coming back to this recovery, what we have discussed, now we will talk about the food. Before that, we will talk about the experience which Mr. Johnny had when we have devised a staircase climbing plan on the basis of the Maffeton method. So Mr. Johnny, over to you. What is the what are the benefits you have received, and what is the feel you had?
Welcome, Johnny. Can we just know a little bit more about you, your age, and how did you thought about this adventure of climbing Mount Everest, being in your own place? That's something really astonished us. So it's almost double the size of Mount Everest was really unheard of. Okay, so amazing. Welcome.
I'm 58 years old. And
okay.
I just attended a few sessions with Praveen, and I got inspired and started this stair climbing.
And where are you from, sir? Where are you from, basically?
Basically, I'm a Keralite and settled in CBD Belapur.
Ah, okay. Welcome.
So then I started. The very first day, I climbed about 50 floors in half an hour time. And at the end of the session, my Garmin showed a recovery time of 72 hours.
Ah, okay.
For next 3 days, I didn't do anything.
No. It's a great thing that, usually people just wear the watch and understand there is something is going on with that, but following it till the end, it's something amazing. Yeah.
So during this time, my couple of my running friends, they also started this Everest summit. Wow. So I said, okay, I will also join you. Then I started. They were doing 160, 200 floors in a day. I was doing just 50, 60. Then slowly I increased. And in 1 hour, 20 minutes, that is actually while I climbing, then I was coming down by lift.
Oh, okay.
I was using the, So the last day, I climbed about 229 floors in 1 hour time.
Wow.
And the recovery time, 9 hours. When the very first day, 60 floors and recovery 72 hours. And the last day, it showed 9 hours recovery time and I was always maintaining my HR rate to my basic HR is supposed to be 117. I was almost
Maintaining that.
maintaining that 117, 118, 19, sometimes 113, like that. It's all average.
Yeah,
At some point of time, it has shooted to 130, 132 level, but then I will slow down a little bit to bring the HR down. Then again, go in a higher pace.
So you
like
are
that.
doing more of an aerobic run
Yeah.
all the time. Yeah.
So the benefit I got, I was not able to run even 1 kilometer without drinking water. Now today also, today also I ran. Yesterday I ran 10 kilometer and I had only one sip of water.
Wow.
After I started this Maffetone method, and my HR is coming 120. That is my average HR for at a pace of 650, like that.
So you have an endured heart now, I'm sure about it.
And my weight is reduced by 2 to 2.5 kg during that 1 month of time. Then I become more energetic. I'm not getting tired now. I can run very
Anytime.
easily. Yeah, anytime.
So you're also a crazy monk running now. That's great. That's great. Amazing.
So thanks a lot, Johnny sir, for this acknowledgement.
Thanks. It's all I got inspired from Praveen. Actually, I got inspired from Praveen and started barefoot running also. Since last 2 years, I am running barefoot.
Great.
So even you have a great biofeedback, man.
Even I don't use any Vibram or Skinners or nothing. 100% bare feet.
Right.
But during this COVID days, I'm using shoes or my Skinners because of just as a precaution.
Yeah.
So there are several things which need to be explored. Okay, so one of these things is barefoot running, how it is also playing a major role in controlling your HR. So that is a different dimension because time does not permit us to discuss everything here. Okay, so these are the things.
I think Mrinal had some question to ask. Mrinal?
Yeah. Hello. Hi, I'm Mrinal from Bangalore. I just have one question. I understand what you have mentioned about the HR-based system. So my takeaway is kindly something means for long distance, which maybe you are not able to cover, that it will help you to cover and it will be a faster recovery and injury-free running. I understand everything. So can I link this the same thing with my timing improvement? Generally, as of now, my concept is something for the intense training. Obviously, if you go for the intense training, your HR will shoot up.
Yeah.
So can I link this HR stuff, HR-based training to my timing improvement? Just for example, maybe for half marathon or full marathon?
Yes, great. Nice question. So for that, I would just like to share one document. Okay, so which I've shared with Krishna also. So that will answer your question. Okay.
Yeah.
So you have that this Facebook link wherein I have shared my experience of the time improvement and all. I think he is talking about the timing improvement, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. So that document can be shared with you because I'm not able to share. Krishna, you can share it here.
Yeah. It is the part of your, if you're a part of our group, if not, then you can take down our number. I'll just put it on this one screen. You can just be a part of a group and we will give you the link of Mr. Praveen's Facebook, that particular page wherein he has explained that particular question. Is it right, Praveen?
So the thing is that I started my journeys 6 years back. Just to brief about it. Okay. So I was running obviously like any other person. Okay. So I was aiming every day for a improvement in my timing. Okay. For example, if I'm running today 10 kilometers in 50 minutes. So obviously next day I was aiming for a 48 minutes. Okay. Again, I was aiming for 46 minutes and all that. Correct. So this is a human, desire and, greed. Okay. So which everyone causes, right? So what happens? So obviously I was frustrated very often. Okay. Like I was not getting that kind of timing. So I started 6 years back with 2 hours. And now last year, I could achieve 1 hour, 30 minutes. Okay. For a half marathon.
Great.
So this is not when we talked about this HR based method. This is not only about timing. Okay, this also talks about safer timing. Okay, so to say. Okay, so when we call about when we talk about the timing, then 50 minute. This when I was achieving this 2 hours timing for half marathon, then HR was relatively high. Okay, and when I achieved this 1 hour 30 minutes for half marathon, then HR was also down. So how does it work? The, so in between there was a Maffetone method, okay, which was practiced and practiced and practiced. So this is how it works. So there is a full literature on that, and I will share you that link also. Okay, so not an issue. I will just share once again here.
You cannot share here, Praveen, because there is no share a screen here. But anyway, we can give it to him separately. In the group, we can put it up and he will understand. So it's all about, this thing is, to reduce the stress on your body, and meanwhile making sure that without damaging any of the organs from brain to heart, you can still improve yourself. It's like, maybe on a first day you are an ambassador car, but the time will come, you'll become a Ferrari when your heart and brain is completely filled with oxygen. It's more of intake of your more oxygen by design.
Mrinal, this link has been shared here, okay, in the chat box, and you can refer this chat box because someone asked the same question. Okay, so idea here, the idea which works here is, you have to train slow, you have to recover fast, and you have to become fast, right? So this is how it will work, isn't it? So you can refer to that document. Someone asked me, okay, earlier also, the same question, like how much time it has taken me to come down to 130 and all. So this was discussed. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
So now coming back to this point, which we discussed about, Johnny sir has just mentioned, like, he's not taking any amount of, his water intake has gone down. Okay. So the another aspect of this HR based running is obviously like, you are engaging more of the fats, correct? So your body is not requiring any kind of a stuff while running. Okay, so I can manage 30-kilometer run without any intake, like for example, water or maybe food. Okay, so no loading. What we usually discuss is like, carbo loading. Okay, so my body is tuned in that in such a manner that I do not require for 30 kilometers any amount of water, because obviously I was running during this COVID time also, because running is like a breathing, okay, for me. Okay, I cannot stop breathing, right? So what happened, I was running very early in the morning at 3 o'clock. Okay, so obviously like 5 or 6 o'clock I have to run alone. Okay, and I have to run isolated. I was responsible for myself, I was responsible for others also, correct? So this is what I was doing. Okay, so I was just thinking like, my body can sustain for 30 kilometers, so I have to just reduce a little bit lesser than that, so I can manage 27 kilometers. So I was running 27 kilometers, and I was just managing on my body resources. Okay, so this is how it works. Like your body becomes self-dependent, right? So this is another aspect of this HR-based running, right? So then we talked about this recovery aspect, because your body is able to recover fast because your HR is relatively lower. HR is relatively lower means what? Your body is more or less meditated, in a meditated condition, right? So if it is a meditated condition, obviously your body is in a good condition all the time, right? So now coming back to the food scenario, okay. So food, when we talk about the food and what Mr. Deepak has shared just now, our body is not looking for any kind of, this protein, fat, and blah, 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 vitamin and all that stuff. What it is just just an understanding created by scientists. Like these are the things which are necessary for us. but basically human body can exist in any circumstances. Okay, so for example, there is a sect that is called breatharians. Okay, for them, like they just depend only on sun rays. Okay, so our body is a solar system. Okay, so it can rely on only sun rays. Okay, so but yeah, obviously we are not trained in that manner, so obviously like we cannot survive in that that manner, right? So obviously like then this logics called protein and then fat and this vitamins and this comes into picture. But the thing is that see, even if you're taking a number of things, if your body is not capable to consume and digest it, so it is not going to help you. So
It can only
basically,
make your urine expensive.
yeah, so it will come out through urines or somewhere else, or it may hamper your health also. So in order to understand what is the basic requirement of food, there is a taste what is called carbohydrate intolerance test devised by Dr. Phil Maffetone. So under this carbohydrate intolerance test, what we have to do is we have to remove all the kind of carbs for a certain period of time, that is for 14 days. Okay, and then we have to start including it one by one to understand whether how our body is going to react, and whether it is whether our body is accepting that or not. Okay, so you may have heard that there is a term called this sorry lactose intolerance, right? Lactose intolerance, wherein what happens like if
It cannot
you are
digest the
feeding
milk.
milk to a kid, and if he is unable to digest it, then what will happen like it will have a side effect on his body, right? So he won't be able to digest it, right? But usually mothers do not understand this fact, and then what happens, they think that usual a normal as a normal perception, what they understand, like milk is good for body, right? And then they give feed milk to their kids, right? So this is not actually the condition. So what so ideally we do not understand like what kind of food is going to help us, right? So usually we think that the certain foods which we regard as good one, that may not be good actually. Okay, like for example, we think that fruits are good. Okay, so but your body may not be able to consume those kind sometimes those kind of food fruits also, right? So in order to understand what I have done now, and as per prescription carbohydrate intolerance test, what we I call it as a food meditation.
Hmm.
So in order to do that food meditation, what we do usually during meditation also, what we do, like we remove all the kind of stuffs around, and then we start including one by one, right? And then we start understanding what is how does it impact our body, whether it is helping our body or not. If it is helping our body, if it is able to keep ourselves energized, then we can keep it as a our food item. Okay, and then rest of the things we remove it. Okay, so there is a Vedika who can also share her experience about this CI test, because she has done the CI test, and she can explain and share her experience like how it worked for her, right?
Welcome, ma'am.
Yeah, hello. Am I audible?
Yeah. Go ahead, ma'am.
Yeah, so hello everybody. I'm Vedika. So I, under the guidance of course, Praveen sir, we were four of us who were doing this test. So recently, only last month, only we did a 14-day test. So for the first 4 days, yes, my body, since it was not used to eating, I mean, discarding carbs, because बचपन से ये कि हमारा कॉन्सेप्ट है ना इंडियन फैमिलीज में दाल रोटी सब्जी चावल, तो इस कॉन्सेप्ट से कभी डाइजेस्ट ही नहीं हुआ कि ये नहीं तो क्या करेंगे क्या खाएंगे. तो फर्स्ट 4 days वर रियली रियली डिफिकल्ट, बिकॉज मुझे समझ ही नहीं आता था कि अब इसके अलावा है क्या खाने को. तो लिस्ट ऑफ यस फूड्स थी, पर उसमें सिर्फ सब्जियां दिखती थी, वो भी लॉकडाउन. इट वाज अ कंप्लीट लॉकडाउन देन, so it was very difficult. Praveen sir, can you please, if you mind, can you tell me the exact date when we all started?
That was 11th of June.
11th of June. Yeah. So
No, sorry, 11th of May. Sorry.
हाँ 11th of May से, हाँ 11th of May से start किया था, right? So it was so difficult, and in the area where I stay, you know, it is like there's only one vegetable vendor. He also went to his gaon, so it was so difficult for me to you know, find the sources on what to do. So, but then धीरे धीरे looking at Praveen sir's recipes on daily basis, I had really searched a lot what to eat in this limited yes foods. So most of them it were like the food used to consist for mostly of the veggies, and no attas, no fruits, no flours, nothing. So I also you know, started becoming innovative after 4 days, and first 4 days, yes, I had severe headache. I was like thinking that my head is exploding now, what to do,
Maybe
because
because
of
of
body.
acidity. Maybe because of
No,
acidity.
no, not because of acidity. पहले तो
Carb.
समझ में नहीं आया कि खाना क्या
Lack
खाना
of
है,
carb.
और थोड़ा खाते थे तो लगता था या मतलब दिस इज नॉट फीलिंग, दिस इज समथिंग इज मिसिंग, क्योंकि
हाँ.
प्लेट में तो मतलब सिर्फ सब्जी दिखती थी, वो भी यू नो इट वाज लाइक इट वाज नॉट अ डीप फ्राई काइंड ऑफ थिंग, और अपनी मनमानी से नहीं खा सकते थे ना, मतलब फ्रीली। तो बहुत मुश्किल हुआ फर्स्ट 4 डेज रियली, मतलब ऐसा लगता था बस क्या करूं, सस्टेन कर पाऊंगी, छोड़ दूं, सर फटता था बहुत। लेकिन धीरे धीरे वी हैड अनदर पर्सन आल्सो कॉल्ड उमेद, एंड वी हैड प्रवीण सर, वी हैड अदर our I mean buddies also were with us, looking at their pictures, I mean food pictures. I said no, they are doing it for the second time. I was the only one, I guess, for the first time, right sir?
Right.
हाँ, सो मैंने कहा नहीं यार, ये लोग दो दूसरी बार कर रहे हैं तो जरूर कुछ फायदा हुआ होगा, लेट मी जस्ट हैव पेशेंस। बट ट्रस्ट
Sure.
मी, आफ्टर 5th डे, माय गॉड हाउ मच आई वाज फीलिंग। मुझे ऐसा लगा मैं बिल्कुल ऐसे, जैसे गुब्बारा होता है ना, गुब्बारा सा, वो ऐसे श्रिंक हो जाता है, मैं इतना लाइट फील करने लगी। एंड देन मेरा दिमाग चलने लगा, एकदम सॉर्टेड हो गई। देन आई हैड टू रियली वंस इन दैट लॉकडाउन पीरियड आई हैड ऑर्डर्ड from Nature's Basket something whatever was, and I stocked everything which was like I should think about it and I should have it। ऐसा मैंने बहुत स्टॉक कर लिया था, मेरा घर पे ऐसे पूरा मार्केट बना लिया था चीजों का। एंड देन आई
That is amazing because I'm sure now Praveen has got the formula, and now he doesn't worry about the diet. He's working only on the digestion, because if your digestion is right, the diet is not very important at all. That could
Right.
be the formula you must have
no
used.
no,
So the
then
thing is that
then I
once
start, and
again,
the journey,
yeah.
then the journey started, and I was really motivated because I saw the changes inside my body. Could maybe not outside इतना जल्दी magic नहीं हुआ, because everybody used to post I lost 2 kgs, 3 kgs, 4 kgs, and I was like wondering मेरा 500 ग्राम भी कम क्यों नहीं हो रहा है। But then slowly I got the guidance कि नहीं weight loss होना is not that great, but then your body is really going through a very, I mean जैसे healthy, I am really becoming healthier version of myself.
Great.
So I was really happy, very happy to see myself like glowing and having more energy, and in a very good mood all the time, and having like all the time I had to my food ready, because I used to make soup and I used to make it ample. So whenever I used to feel hungry, I know now what to eat. So coconut, I never I am actually let me tell you, I'll not take much time, but right from my birth, I mean right from my birth, I am from a proper Sindhi Punjabi family. My father is like Punjabi and my mom Sindhi. So like you know,
Foodie.
you can't imagine without paratha, without doodh dahi lassi.
Wow.
And my mom used to tell me that why are you fair? You know that. I used to ask her why. So she said, हमने तुझे ना white butter से नहलाया है for 6 years. Imagine, मैंने कभी मेरी life में आज तक I have not imagined my life. Lockdown, no lockdown, I don't care. I want my milk, my lassi, my dahi all the time. This was a very difficult part for me to, you know, not to have all these things. So but then later I saw the changes in myself, physically, itna nahi, but mentally, emotionally, yes. And I did lost 2 kgs, but at the end of 10 days, I was like looking forward. Now is it going to get over? Oh my God! Now is it going to get over? Like,
No, it's more
and
important that how long you can carry on, because you can lose 5, 6, 10 kgs by drastic changes in your diet system.
no,
But
but
end of the day,
14
it
days.
matters. It should be a sustainable
Yes,
formula, so that throughout
yes,
your
So
yes.
life you
So,
can have the same.
so I understood. So I
yeah,
understood
so
that
coming
more than
back
the
to the
weight
topic,
loss.
okay, thanks a lot, Vedika, and yeah,
Okay.
for your
Thank you.
sharing.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. So basically, the thing is that when we talk about the food, basically we should also understand that we are addicted. Okay, we are carb addicted. Okay, so basically we are focused only on grains and all that stuff. And what she discussed is we are addicted of carbs. Okay, so most of the time, like if we are addicted and if we de-addict, then what happens? There is a withdrawal symptoms. What she mentioned just now, like 5 days she faced the same kind of situations, okay, because the body was addicted to carbs, okay, and if you remove the carbs, then what will happen? Your energy will go down. But body is such an amazing machine that it can, it can change itself, okay, at any point of time. And also we when we discussed about this breatharian concept, then also we discussed that body can rely just on the sun rays. So हम लोग जो ऐड कर रहे हैं वही तो बहुत ज्यादा है, okay, isn't it? So that is the
And we
reason,
always
like,
say that 95% of human energy is coming from oxygen.
right,
The food is not so much importance, doesn't have so much of an importance at all. But
right,
we have believed that the body is a eating machine, and we are getting into secluded eating, and this can lead to eating every now and then can lead our
yeah,
body infectious and sick. So if you can get out of this regular a secluded eating, I'm sure our body will become a place where we can rejoice.
yeah. So coming back to the technique, how does it work? Like, because there are we have already discussed, like there are two sources of fuel, right? First is carbs, and the second one is fat, right? So when we are addicted to carbs, and when we remove that carb, so body will also means it will give you some kind of withdrawal symptoms, okay, and that is the reason you feel like headache. Okay, so what is this is what she felt initially. Okay, so but if you avoid the carbs, then what will happen? Your body will switch on to the fat, okay, which is available resource. So once the body is switching to the fat, then obviously the fat burning will happen, right? So this is but obvious, okay. And when the fat burning will start, you will start burning more fat, and your body will become cleaner, okay. And that is the reason, like, many a times, due to the carbs only, like, your energy channels are not working properly, and that is the reason your energy, you feel sluggish post a lunch, post a dinner, okay, and you do not feel it better, okay. So when you remove that, then what will happen when you reach to the 5th day or 6th day of the this carbohydrate intolerance stage? Then you will feel more energetic, isn't it? So this is how it works. Like, carbs are the energy killer, you can say. Okay, these carbs are killing your energy day in and day out, right? So now the thing is that what we discussed about this carbohydrate intolerance taste. So this is just a taste. Okay. So on the basis of the taste, you figure out what are the food items which are working for you, right? And those food items only you can include in your food plan, right? And once included in the food plan, you have to stick to that. Okay, because those are the food items which are working for you, right? So this is how we decide, like, how to arrive at our food plan, right? How to work on our food plan. So similarly, Mr. Krishna again will share his insights on this, uh, food thing, and Mr. Deepak will also share his
Yeah.
views, right?
Yeah. So coming back to our mission mission of Life Short is basically promoting a drugless living. Okay, and to connect people, we have created a lot of opportunities for us, our own selves, so that we can definitely make a change, or we are poised to change the face of healthcare. This is what always we say. Okay, in this particular lockdown session time, we have started our number of activities. One such mission was we wanted to see a Marma Yogi in every home, because the fact remains is there are a lot of eventualities. Suddenly somebody falling at home, some senior citizen, our own parents. We do not know, because we always live in our body, but we have no idea. We don't know which is a switch. Current jayega, to, we don't know where is the main switch. That is a kind of uncertainty we live with. So to educate people about these Marma points, the secret points of body, in Marma Yoga, we talk about 111 points in the body, stimulating which our prana urja will, maybe amplify. If you can press that particular point in a bad way, then possibly the prana urja can be stopped, or you can say completely stop your life. So on this particular front, we had Mr. Deepak with us. We started doing Marma Yoga to a lot of people, and we have realized that yoga was already doing so good, but only because people have just followed it without knowing. They just did it. Okay, whoever has excelled it, who have synchronized our body movement with the breathing, definitely they have found the best of the results. But most of the people, for them, it was a punishment. It was just like a prescription. It was a stress to them. So they couldn't follow anybody who was doing in a, as you said, acrobatic way. So we realized that this inclusion of Marma Yoga and stimulating those points can possibly improve the blood circulation to the entire body. Because as you know, in our day-to-day life, we have always touched upon this Marma point. Think about a bindi. The ladies wearing a bindi, the ladies wearing the kangan, or you can think about a point where we wear earrings. These are all the basic Marma points. And that's why the ancestors were always careful about using these, you can say, the ways by which they can stimulate. Even you have seen that in the backbenchers in the school, they were punished by pulling their ears. And this was a Marma point. Stimulating this particular point can possibly stimulate your cranial nerve in the brain. So that was a kind of an understanding our ancestors had. So we thought of so many solutions of our day-to-day problems were completely missed out in our day-to-day life. And we have a completely a new lifestyle. So we thought, let's give a new lifestyle of life shots, which can possibly change the face of healthcare. So we have introduced Marma Yoga. Please be in touch. We are starting the sessions of Marma Yoga, and we have more than 3 sessions going on. We have a lot of videos we have sent in our circulations or on our Facebook, which has given a clear indication that people are changing their lives. Okay. And we have also, because people have waited for so long, and I want to give a gift of health to everyone through a live shots, where we have gone digital on our latest days, because most of the time people always said that you have best of the technologies in your center, starting from hyperbaric oxygen, which is an anti-aging technology. Hyperbaric, we had float therapy, we had cryotherapy, which was used by, what you can say, from Cristiano Ronaldo to Arnold Schwarzenegger, or anybody you think about in the sports arena. Earlier, people were jumping into an ice bath. Today, we have a comfort of just standing in a human fridge and freeze yourself at minus 170 and improve your endorphin boost and manage your day-to-day pain then and there. So that was also available. That is also available in our center. If there is an acute injury, you don't need to go and rush to a doctor and take a pill or ibuprofen or whatever, because all these anti-inflammatory drugs, they have a very bad side effect on your kidney. And most of the marathoners are prone to injuries. Our idea was to educate them, to talk about do not run with the injury. If there is a pain, the body is talking to you, definitely go with something which is holistic. You have to rest, recover, and then run. Do not run with the injured body. So for this, we have introduced neurocryostimulation, where you spray cold at minus 70. You must have seen in the football matches, when they get an injury, they will not take a pill or an injection. They get a neurocryostimulation and they run back into the field. We have this neurocryostimulation. We have a number of other ways to manage the pain. Okay, they all work on a very holistic principle. So if people can reach out to my center, definitely they can definitely get benefited with these things. But till then, we thought, let's give a gift of health when everyone is locked down and bogged down in their own homes. So we have come out with a digital platform where you can register your 4 members of your family on our platform. And once you register, you get a login. Because as you know, today, as I said, if there is something goes wrong in our body, we just have to go to the medical doctors and we take a medicine and we suppress the symptoms. And we have no records of what medicine we have taken. We just take it as a chocolate. We trust our doctors so much. It is absolutely right. When you're with the symptoms, you're taking a tablet, amazing. But what if this tablet you continue and if you are overdosed with it, if you get habituated with this, it can damage your liver and a kidney. And if things go wrong at 40, 50, because that's what I've been telling about, if a great health or a great fitness, it's a two different thing. With the poor health, people can live up to 90 years. Believe me, with the poor health, people can live up to 90 years. With a great health, people can die at 50. So that does mean that it is very difficult to identify what is the reason for any kind of such calamities. And according to our studies, 70% of world over deaths, one is lifestyle disorders, and more than that is the medication, what we are taking. So we believe that, if we can avoid taking any kind of medication and prepare our body drugless, in the sense, if you can understand the symptoms well, because body is talking, and treat the root cause, do not be in a hurry. Because our problem is we live with the problem when it is exploded, we rush to a doctor. When there is a heart attack only, we realize that there is an ECG, we have to take an ECG. Before that, we never check our ECG at all. So this concept really changes the face of healthcare, where you can have your doctor consultation being at the comfort of your home. Okay, any time from morning 9 o'clock to evening 9 o'clock. Now people will believe that doctor consultation, I can have it anywhere. But here the advantage is the doctor consultation is recorded. After the doctor consultation, you will get a summary of the consultation and a prescription on your app. Okay. Now, if you are having more and more doctor consultation, maybe on today and maybe on the third day and the fifth day, all this is getting recorded on your health record, electronic health record. So I have no control on how many sessions you need to have with the doctor, but any session you have with the doctor, it will be recorded. Any medicine, what you're taking, it is recorded. And if doctor says you will have to go for a diagnostic test, after the diagnostic test, it is recorded on your health record. Because we have online doctor consultation, we have online pharmacy. The moment doctor gives you a prescription, immediately our pharmacist will call you and talk about the medicine, what is written. There will be a counseling on that. Have you gone to a doctor? I'm sure you had a consultation and doctor has said you that you have to take anti-inflammatory drug like Combiflam for next 3 days. So immediately we will pitch in, as a pharmacist will pitch in and talk about, ma'am, please understand, sir, please understand what medicine is written is an anti-inflammatory drug, which is called ibuprofen, which is an irreversible drug. If you take it more than few days, possibly it will damage your kidney. 14 days, 3 tablets of Combiflam can damage your kidney. So please understand that maybe we will feel that we have not taken Combiflam for 14 days. Maybe in 14 months we have taken it. After 14 years, it will have a side effect. So it is very important that what consumption of drugs you have taken has to be recorded. That's why in US, maybe after 15 years of using a particular drug, the pharmaceutical company gets a penalty of $1 billion because of the side effect which has caused. Okay, so here everything is getting recorded, and if the diagnostic test is also getting recorded. So over the period of time, you have a complete health record maintained. So the first month is completely free for all the societies. Especially we have given this for Mumbai and Thane. We have a person from Bangalore also. It can be extended to any part of India. Okay. So the concept of online doctors can be served to everybody in the country. Please understand this concept very well. I will send you the registration link. Please register yourself. Experience the changing face of. Just mute the person. I think it's nice. Just a minute. If anybody has questions, please unmute yourself and please question, so that we can make it an interactive, and whatever the concept I have given to people, it is understood by the people. So it is
5 more minutes and before we conclude, and the question answers. And
please go ahead and talk about the concept of what I have spoken about. If any questions in that, please come out and discuss about.
Yeah, please.
So till then, I think till anybody raise a hand and question, I can also clarify on my own behalf that the doctor consultation at your home, at your choice of language. Okay. So any regional language you can choose. All this, the consultation is done by the top level of doctors. We are a part of a Sweden company who have more than 100 doctors. Now more than 10 lakh people are online. Patients are treated or consulted by our organization. So please be a part of this. Registration is completely free. 1 month, nobody will call you and ask about paying any kind of payments there. And online doctor consultation for 4 members of the family can be ensured. Any questions, please unmute yourself, be interactive and speak about, so that, we can make our sessions much more, impressive in the next sessions. Anybody has a question, or anybody?
Otherwise, you people can post your questions on the WhatsApp group which was created. Okay, and we can discuss one-to-one also, right?
Yeah.
Or in the group, right? Because we have already crossed our time.
Yeah, we have crossed the time, and I'm sure it was a session.
Thanks to all of you.
Not well planned.
For being here and listening to us, right?
Yeah, thanks a lot, Mayur. Thanks a lot, Johnny. Thanks a lot, Gurumurthy, and appreciate everyone who have participated in our first session of sporting seasons. We will get more people like Mr. Praveen Kumar, who are dedicated, who had a lot of milestone in his own life. We have Sandeep here, and number of such people have come across, and I wanted to be in touch with everyone. And I felt this medium can be a wonderful medium to share and discuss about our future plans. Please be interactive and encourage us, and your handholding will take us a long way, and we can live drugless and holistic. Yeah, we will also start with Marma Yoga sessions. Please understand what is Marma Yoga. 8:30 tomorrow morning. Okay, we have a free session as an introductory session for all the participants here today. Please be a participant of that. I'll be giving you a link for tomorrow's session at 8:30 in the morning. Get your family, and our mission of creating one Marma Yogi at every home should be succeeded soon. Yeah. So any question, please unmute yourself and speak.
Yeah, thanks again, Deepak. Thanks, Deepak. Thanks, Mrinal. Thanks, Vedika, for sharing. And thanks, Johnny sir. Sandeep 21.1. Thank you.
Yeah.
Sunil
was there. Mr.
thank
Girish
you.
Rai. Yeah.
Mr. Sunil Bakshi, thank you. Sandeep, any questions? Sandeep is there, or he left?
He is running. He's running in his mind.
Achha, he has
So,
left.
thanks a lot. Yeah, he has wished me. He has given me a smile. I'm sure. I think unmute, Sandeep, unmute and speak, please. We have not heard you.
Oh, sorry. I was sitting on mute. No. So actually, I have another Zoom meeting scheduled at 8 actually. So I'll have to just rush and join that.
Okay. So amazing.
So
amazing.
thank you, Krishna and Praveen for all the this informative.
Was it?
Yeah, it was.
Great. Thank you.
So hopefully by next time we'll be more presentable, and more people can take the benefit of our session. It was more of a spontaneous session. Yeah, I just asked Praveen, why not we do this? Let these people be connected again. It's a high time that we have not connected because of a lockdown. Amazing platform given, and it was superbly handled by Praveen. Thanks a lot once again, Praveen. And everybody, please log into tomorrow's session of Marma Yoga. And our Deepak Watts, he has amazing control on his Marma Yoga sessions, and he's amazingly blessed with the knowledge of science and his legacy. So he'll put it together wonderfully, and it can definitely benefit mankind. Okay, let's be in touch with you tomorrow again. Once again, I'll please be in our group, so that we can do more and more such sessions. Thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot. Thanks everyone.
Great. Have a nice evening. Bye-bye. Good night.
Bye. Good night.
Thank you, Praveen.